Hey, this is Bubba from Fast Seat. Today we're working on the other half of our business, which is custom type of upholstery for cars and hot rods and so forth. Just finishing up with this 65 Starfire, a new convertible top. '65 Pontiac Starfire, convertible top. Convertible top, rag top. Of course, Noah went to lunch. Wrinkles. I'm doing this part because I had wrinkles. Oh, that's no good. Well, sometimes things get in the way and you can't get to everything you need to get to when you need to get to it. 65 Olds Starfire. Come on, mother. All right, Noah, watch your head. Hydraulics bleed off and makes it tough to do what you got to do's. Oh, you mother, can't move you up without taking that off, God. Well, I had all this put together yesterday. I gotta take the weather strip off so I can get this off.
How long did it take you yesterday to get all this done?
It took a few hours. It doesn't go fast, you know. And if you try to rush it, you mess it up. Come on. Who says you can't be blind to do this job?
Yes, pretty bird.
A lot of times you're reaching into holes and doing things all by touch anyways. You can't see what you're doing. It's all by touch and feel and doing enough of them over your lifetime.
That's what she said.
This top, I think I've done one other of this particular one. It's an F85 body. They're not easy. It's not the hardest one, but it's not the easiest one. The car's so old, somebody's probably had this top changed out 3 or 4 times in its lifetime. So they've messed up things like the tack strip. You gotta fix all that at the same time you're just trying to put a top on it. Got a lot of people say, oh, I can do that top in, 5 hours. It's like, well, yeah, but you gotta remember you gotta take the 8 hours and fix everything that's wrong with all the hardware first before you can even think of replacing the top. I made a top from scratch for a 53 Corvette. I made a top for scratch from a 32 Roadster that the top was chopped, so you couldn't get replacement for it. Oh, look at there, just in time. Here I am doing your job again, Noah. Now that he's back, he's gonna help me again. He don't know it yet, but hey.
I was trying not to bother you, but evidently I did.
Yeah, I'm trying to rehang this convertible top here on the front bow, so I'm standing up here trying to restaple the top.
Well, I'll let you go. I just was calling to say hey.
All right, baby, I'll call you when I'm getting close here.
All right, love you.
Love you, bye. You never tell a woman she can't call you if you want to stay married. Then it turns into the, oh, you don't want to talk to me, huh? Yeah, there's that conversation. All right, so set all that down, go to that side. We're gonna lock it down and see what it looks like. And in my car, I did talk. I said, hello. What's that side looking like? Well, so now we're gonna put some heat to it now. Yeah, definitely improved this side. Yeah, that looks a ton better. That side still has a couple of issues. What I need to do is stretch this seam is what I need to do. What's keeping this all back here? Yeah, give me the heat gun though. I'll heat it a little bit and see if that does anything. Sit there for a minute and I'm gonna pop it up, see if I can pull this more, and I'll move this up just a hair. That's the plan, but I want it to sit like that till it cools. Sometimes when it cools, it'll shrink up and I won't have to take as much as I think. Cup of coffee, need a cup of coffee. Oh, I'm out of go juice. Oh, gotta go get some juice. Get some juice. You, baby, don't you need me like I need you now? Take me down, baby. All you gotta do is meet me out. Up at the. I love that song. Yeah, it's just I got a big wrinkle over here, so. Yeah, no, I haven't cleaned everything yet.
Yeah,
so.
I just want to let you know. You always notice when I do. So,
Well, of course.
so I can notice when you
He's
do.
got to pick on me.
Yeah, of course.
Up and 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 up. Good. I'm hoping it comes out a little better. We're good on the other side. I need a little more pull on this side here. There's certain spots like seams and stuff. They're a lot thicker, so you need the longer staple to make sure you get good contact with the tack strip that's underneath here. I don't like dealing with people that don't like the job I did. It's not fair to them and it's not fair to me. Human nature says they're not going to complain to me. They're going to complain to 900 people or leave you a bad review and never mention to you that they weren't happy. That's human nature, you know. complaining. You won't complain to the person that you need to complain to because you're afraid of damaging either that relationship or getting punched in the nose. Just like when somebody else does the job that works here, they're not the one that gets the ass chewing from the customer. I am, because I'm the one that deals with the customer. I haven't been able to get what I wanted to done on it. I've always got other stuff going on. The hardest thing to do is schedule your time. You're thinking, like I said, tried to schedule my time today, and this didn't turn out yesterday like it was supposed to. So everything I was supposed to do today can't get to because I'm trying to finish this one off rather than put it, and that's why it hasn't been done, is because too many other things came up that I prioritized and didn't get this one finished. Happens every day of the week. Yeah, don't take in too many jobs. Staple gun, 3/8. Been doing it for 30 years. Noah, why haven't I learned my lesson?
Oh.
You have to use the longer ones for the thicker parts and the shorter ones for the skinnier parts. You can't put all the long ones in and then go back and put the short ones in. You got to put the long ones in, switch to the short ones, then go back and put the rest of the long ones in. Make sense? Sure does. Let's lock her down, boys. When it comes down, you can grab the frame and bring it down because it's going to get tighter. There you go. These are not very strong hinges.
Yeah.
So if you pull down on this bar and then lock it, because you'll snap one of these bigger and you'll not find another hinge ever. First impression is I rock. Look at that. Yeah, that took all that out of there. I think the rest of this will come out with some heat. Now I'm just heating it up to let it relax and kind of find its own way to lay. It's getting there. It allows it to stretch. A lot of people will heat the wrinkle, which is not what you need to do. It's wrinkling because this is too tight up here. So you have to heat this so that this will relax to where this will naturally come out. It takes a while, and then you got to realize which way it's wrinkling to establish which way you have to pull it for it to unwrinkle. Okay, I don't want to heat it too much. I want to let it heat up, let it go back to normal, and that'll kind of tell me what else needs to be done. It's doing all right. It needs a little bit more heat, but first 90-degree day you have outside, you're gonna put it outside, and the whole thing. That's the nice thing about having a hot day, is it gives you radiant heat all over it, so the whole thing's got room to settle into its groove, so to speak. Take it out on a nice sunny day and the whole thing will just lay like it's supposed to. The first thing you have to do is never put this top down as soon as you pick it up from the shop. You gotta give it like 10 days to 2 weeks of that getting hot one day and it cools down at night and it does this, because it has to create a memory, the top does. That change in temperature shrinks the top. They try to put the top up when it's cold and it's shrunk because it's been down. Now they can't get it to buckle because it's too tight.
Tight, yeah!
There's a fine line between too tight and too loose on these things, depending on the environment that they're done in. Because I actually put a notice and a tape on the hinge that if that tape is removed before a certain date, and I calculate the date from the time they pick it up, if that's gone, it voids the warranty. A lot of people will force it and they'll end up ripping the top. If you drive it out the door and the first thing you do is put the top down and you leave the top down because, oh, it's summer now, it hasn't given it time to make that adjustment. That's gonna look all right once we get a couple of days of heat on it. Yeah, it looks much better. And black and white tops are the worst because you can see every last wrinkle. And now it's just a heating and finishing and clean it. $124 a can.
What is that?
Paint thinner. It's a special paint thinner. There's no odor and they don't damage the paint. We use a lot of it. Go grab a magnet. Get these staples before I put this window back down. I'm like, what the f is that? Find that hole and screw that in. If you can get to the ones you can get to, you can tighten them down.
Okay.
If not, we'll wait till we get done. I'll try to make sure I put it on the right way this time. There ain't no glue on the header. I can see it. I just give you shit. Just like restaurants, it's hard to find employees. Oh. No. No. Dreaming of a one. Sure. just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and the little listen to hear Noah in a snowbank. Just listen for the scream, children. He's in there somewhere. Won't you tell me what it's all about? When you jump up and down and you shout, shout, shout. When people pull staples, but they don't get them out all the way. They're right there. It gives you pokies. And then it'll put a hole in the top. That brand new top you just put in, now you got a hole in it. Don't know about you, but to me, that's a problem. You're definitely gonna have to time-lapse this mother. Look at all that glue that you let go on there, because you know the cardboard was supposed to go here, not here. You're probably going to need that new can of S18. The key to this, for this to work, get it wet. Let it set for a second, then come back, because you got to soften it up. And lock her down, see what it looks like. Good job. Got them all tightened down there, boss? We're a team. If I screw it up, you screwed it up. If you screw it up, you screwed it up. I think most of that will come out, like I said, when you get the radiant heat and everything has a chance to stretch and then shrink again, it'll shrink differently. I know it seems like I'm doing this for a long time, but you have to do that. Got to radiate all the way through all the layers. All right, let's let her be for a bit. It's Malco. Malco. The energizing upholstery and leather cleaner won't discolor, takes out even the toughest stains. Just kind of going over everything, make sure. Still need to heat this side a little bit. For the most part, looks pretty decent. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that.